Hello, I'm Remington Hernandez. Let's take a look at the news from across the country and around the world. Multiple stabbings have left 5 dead, including 4 children in Georgia. The incident happened around 4:50 Thursday morning in Loganville, Georgia. That's when the Gwinnett County Police received a call from a woman at a home on Emory Street. When first responders arrived on scene, they found a man that and 4 young children dead. They also found another child still alive but suffering serious injuries. Officers say it appears as though the victims had been stabbed. The wife and mother was immediately detained and taken to Gwinnett County Police Headquarters for an interview. The details of that interview have yet to be released at this time. It is unknown if the dead man was the biological father of the children, but police believe the family all lived together at the house. A search warrant was obtained and detectives along with crime scene personnel were inside the house processing the evidence and taking photos. Additional detectives are interviewing neighbors about the family. The victims' bodies are still inside the home after the scene has been processed. The medical examiner's office will remove the bodies and conduct autopsies to determine how each of the victims died. A New York police officer was shot and killed while sitting in a command truck. The incident happened around 12:30 a.m. near the corner of Morris Avenue and East 183rd Street in the Bronx. Officer Mustostas Familia was assigned with a partner in a mobile command post when a suspect fired through the vehicle's window, hitting her in the head. Her partner immediately radioed for assistance. A sergeant and a police officer who were in uniform encountered the man running on Morris Avenue nearly 1 block from the scene of the shooting. As they confronted him, he drew a revolver and the officers then fired shots, striking and killing the man. The man's silver revolver was recovered at the scene. The shooter was identified as Alexander John Bonds, a convicted felon. During the encounter with Bonds, another person believed to be a bystander was hit by a bullet. That person is in stable condition, according to police. Officer Familia was transported to St. Barnabas Hospital, where she later succumbed to her injuries. The NYPD says it is clear to them that this was an unprovoked attack on police officers who were assigned to keep the people of New York safe. A strong earthquake has struck western Montana. The earthquake struck at 12:30 a.m. on Thursday and was centered about 6 miles southeast of the town of Lincoln in Lewis and Clark County. The quake was felt as far as Idaho, Washington, and Canada, officials say. It is the strongest quake to hit Montana in more than 4 decades. The U.S. Geological Survey put the preliminary magnitude of the Thursday's earthquake at 5.8, making it fairly strong. It's said that the earthquake struck at a depth of just 2.6 miles, which will have increased the intensity of the shaking. Residents across the large area reported feeling the earthquake, including much of central and western Montana, northwest Wyoming, Idaho, and northeast Washington. Shaking was also felt in parts of the Canadian provinces of Alberta, British Columbia, and South Saskatchewan. Some minor damage has been reported, but there were no immediate report of injuries. If the preliminary magnitude holds, it will be the strongest earthquake to hit Montana since June 1975, when a 5.9 magnitude earthquake struck Yellowstone National Park. A 6.9 magnitude earthquake that struck southern Idaho in 1983 was also felt in Montana. In your business brief, Oklahoma-based retailer Hobby Lobby are having to pay a fine to return artifacts it imported into the U.S. A civil complaint was filed to forfeit thousands of counterfeit tablets, and clay bullae. The complaint alleges that the ancient clay artifacts originated in the area of modern-day Iraq and were smuggled into the United States through the United Arab Emirates and Israel. Packages containing the artifacts were shipped to Hobby Lobby and two of Hobby Lobby's corporate affiliates. The complaint alleged that the shipping labels on the packages falsely described cuneiform tablets as tile samples. The government also filed what's called a stipulation of settlement with Hobby Lobby, in which the store consented to the forfeiture of around 144 cylinder seals, an additional sum of $3 million. By executing the stipulation of settlement, Hobby Lobby has accepted responsibility for the imports and agreed to take the steps to fix the shortcomings that resulted in laws being broken. A man led police in Florida on a hot pursuit through the pasture. On Wednesday, the Ocala Police Department requested the Marion County Sheriff's Office to help in a pursuit of a stolen vehicle. Police say Gregory Walker refused to stop his vehicle, leading deputies and officers on a lengthy pursuit that continued through northwest Marion County. At one point, Walker even entered private property and drove through cattle pastures, forcing cows to run out of the way. Walker also destroyed several fences in the process. Multiple stop-stick deployments and a pit maneuver eventually ended the pursuit. In the video, Walker can be heard telling police why he led them on the chase.
I just give y'all something to do.
Walker was arrested and transported to the Marion County Jail. And remember, you can stay up to date on all these headlines and more by logging on to mynews26.com and clicking on the national and world section.